Hi, I'm Joyce Stewart, and I'm with Holistic Healing Consulting. I was brought up in the Christian religion, and I firmly believed everything that I had been taught. But all of that began to change a number of years ago after I became a psychotherapist. And I started working with clients and using all the evidence-based practices I've been taught. But my clients were not necessarily getting better, they were just learning some coping skills. And I had a problem with that, because I believed that God was a healing God. And if that was true, then there must be some way that my clients could actually be completely healed and whole. And I realized that this probably had something to do with spiritual truth and spiritual ways of healing. And so I started studying how Jesus healed. And I discovered that Jesus used the laying on of hands to transfer energy from God or source into the person needing to be healed. But the whole time I was in my Christian faith, it never dawned on me that this was actually an Eastern-based way of healing that comes out of the Eastern religions, the Eastern mysticism, that whole field. And I'd been taught growing up that all that stuff was a no-no and that was of the devil and I should have nothing to do with it. So it was with great fear and trepidation that I began on this journey to study everything I could learn about holistic-based healing, alternative-based healing, Eastern-based healing, New Age, everything involved with that. And what I learned was absolutely fascinating. And I began to use these energy-based treatments on my clients, and my clients actually began to get better. They began to get well. I was excited, they were excited. And then I had to find a way to be able to take all this information that I had learned and what I was doing and be able to explain it in such a way that the average Christian could understand it, because at this time most of my clients were Christians. And so I decided to put it in a book form, and I wrote this book called Interconnected by God, Healing for Your Spirit, Soul, and Body. And you can get it at Amazon if you're interested. It explains how healing works based in spirituality and also in the science of quantum physics. As you can imagine, after I started learning all these things about healing, and most of this that I was learning, the spirituality was really resonating deep within my spirit, and I knew it to be truth. But it was conflicting with my Christian-based beliefs. And as a problem, I wasn't quite sure what to do with. And then one day God came and he asked me if I would be willing to give up everything I ever believed about Christianity, about God, just about everything. Apparently it wasn't all the truth like I had thought it was. And so since I love a challenge, I said yes. And God took me on this incredible journey where he just showed me so many things I believed about God and religion and Christianity and relationships and the afterlife and so many different topics, that my beliefs were actually based in fear instead of love. And because God was a God of love, that was a problem. And it meant that these beliefs did not come from God. And what I needed to do next was be willing to release all this stuff, which thankfully I was. And this took me on this incredible spiritual journey of awakening that I went on with God. So, because I love to write, I had to write another book. And this one was called God is Love, A Spiritual Journey from Fear to Love. Today, through counseling, through writing, through teaching, I have the wonderful, awesome opportunity to help so many people be able to overcome and work through and release the fears that are holding them back, so they can be the true child of God that they were created to be, that the presence of God can outshine within them to the world around them, and they can live from love instead of fear. And they can live in loving relationships with themselves, with others, and with God. You can learn more about myself and Holistic Healing Consulting at www.holistichealingconsulting.com. Have a blessed day.